Swanee River, far, far away. That's where my heart is yearning ever, home where the old folks stay.
Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Hey, we're back again. It's episode
was beautiful.
133.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
133. This is a big episode.
It's a big deal, guys.
It's a big deal.
You guys said I couldn't harmonize, so I'd like to just point that out that I nailed that.
Did you?
Yeah, you really
I would
did.
think so. I don't know what harmonize means.
I thought
so.
you did well. Now, Josh sent us something earlier this week.
Right.
That was very clever. Somebody DM'd the show on Instagram.
Yes.
And they were talking about a clever way to get away with listening to our show at work.
Yep.
Josh, do you remember what that was about?
Oh, yeah. I believe it's my friend Becca.
Okay.
Like
Hello.
they're trying to sneak us into work.
Yeah.
They're
so
not. Okay. They're not allowed to listen.
We make her laugh so heartily
Good.
and loudly that
you.
she gets in trouble.
Heartily.
I don't know. I made
She
that up.
said that.
Okay.
And she said, so I keep getting in trouble for this.
Yeah.
But luckily, I've come across a way to hide it and to not get in trouble. Because obviously, we're not going to not be funny.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah,
We're going to make you laugh.
We're going to try our
Exactly.
What's our slogan?
best. We're going to make you laugh.
We're gonna try our best.
So she said she just acts like she's choking on something.
Good.
What?
When she starts to laugh, she just says, sorry, I was choking on something.
Okay.
Gets through the funny part, which is, I assume, the icebreaker.
Right.
And then on to the story.
So for an hour every day at work, she pretends to choke.
I don't know if the story lasts that long and if we have an episode every day.
That seems dangerous.
It
It
does.
seems, here's the thing. I'm all for sneaking your favorite podcast into
Right.
work.
Yes.
I think work ethic is overrated.
Amen.
I think
Thank you.
You should be born into a family that
Has wealth.
has wealth,
Private wealth.
has success, has stature.
When was the last time you guys had a good choke?
A good choke. Oh. I had a solid piece of Jell-O.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be solid, but it had
Right.
fruit in it.
I had today specifically was
No.
mine. Yeah, it's cherry season. You guys like Bing cherries?
No.
They're so good.
Yeah.
No.
But you got to remember
They
they
got-
have those little pits in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
bite down confidently.
Cameron
in a
was
fruit.
Right now, there's a pit in my stomach, a cherry
my
pit.
God.
What's
Here he
funny
goes.
is Cameron texted me earlier and he said, how much you want to bet I can tie a cherry stem with my tongue?
Yeah.
And now knowing that you choked on it,
Oh yeah.
That
No,
makes
the
a
stem.
lot of sense.
Not
That
the
was
stem.
that gift that you
I
sent
nailed
me?
the stem. Okay, headlines.
Lines.
All right, Florida youth pastor.
okay, this is going to be fun.
Baptizes. Hopefully it
Did
congregation.
nothing wrong
Okay, don't
Good
believe it.
congratulations.
until he started secretly recording people inside the bathroom at the church.
Well,
Okay.
So he put a camera.
Okay.
I think he stuck it to the pipe on the bottom of the sink and faced it right to the toilet.
Yep.
People started
to the
realizing that there was a camera staring back
What?
at them while they were, you know.
Yeah.
Most plumbing doesn't have electrical wires going to it.
But also
Right.
in America, we got big gaps between the doors and the stall.
Right.
So you can see under the sink.
I think it was like a one-seater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, I
We
mean,
got
it's
the
just
sink
there.
and the toilet.
Right.
A combo unit.
So he
they
put
call
it in the men's bathroom, and it was found pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They told the church people about it. The church called the cops. He was picked up and was arrested. He was a youth pastor at
God
this
bless.
church.
What's this pervert's name?
Hold
Let me
on.
see. His last name is Nims, which is
Hold
a
on.
weird name.
Okay. Say you want advice
David Nims.
on going number 2.
Yeah.
But you're too embarrassed to ask. What do
Right.
you do?
Okay.
So
You
Yeah.
set up a camera and like you're saying you set up a camera and like
not me. I know how to go.
compare
I got a
form?
poop stoop and a bidet.
Okay.
Oh,
so
geez.
so David Nims.
Right.
This,
Combo.
this pervert puts a
Okay,
camera
Yeah, here's the
in
thing.
the bathroom.
Right. Yeah. And so police review the footage.
Okay.
They see this guy Nims putting up this camera. He's wearing the same clothes that he was wearing at church that day.
Nasty.
They also see footage of another restroom that they're still looking for.
Oh no.
And so, anyways,
Nasty.
shame corner
Straight
for
to the shame corner.
Nims.
Straight to jail for David Nims.
Yes, please.
Right.
And the cops should be arrested for viewing the footage.
Oh, well, that's going to be a
Honestly,
tough one.
That's got to be a terrible job.
yeah.
Like the people that have to
Oh.
view like that kind of
yeah.
footage.
because
I
how do you
don't wanna
convict a
go
cop
there.
for looking at the
Right.
footage? You got to look at the footage too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here's
It's a
the-
revolving circle. You'd arrest everybody.
The whole world goes to jail.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks a lot, David Nims.
Everybody's in jail now.
Everybody's in jail. All right. So our next headline, we have a Florida man, okay, who had his car stolen.
Okay.
And he hears his car turn on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And hears it kind of going away, driving away without
Yes.
him in it.
Uh-oh.
So he takes off on a scooter to try to catch it.
Okay,
You
good.
don't want to steal a car from
Right.
somebody who's got a backup transportation.
Exactly.
Right.
Especially a scooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're quick and nimble.
They can get into tight spots. Here's the thing: the car that was stolen out of his garage was a Lamborghini,
Oh my gosh.
and it was
Lambo.
driven by a 14-year-old.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And he is chasing a Lamborghini down the road on a scooter.
You got to hit that guy.
Here's
If
the,
you're 14 in a Lambo,
yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You see this pursuit happening. You're on
Right.
the side of the road. Lambo goes by.
Right.
A man in a scooter.
says, that's my
That's
Lambo.
my Lambo.
No,
You don't believe him at all.
Not a chance.
In fact, I'll push him off the scooter.
Yeah. And I'll
What?
go, yeah, that's my Lambo.
Because it
Right.
seems like he's trying to steal a Lambo.
I go, that's my scooter, and I
Right.
push him off.
Oh,
to take my
wow.
scooter.
Jeez. So the 14-year-old ends up crashing into a ditch.
I wouldn't have guessed.
And runs away. Okay. And so he finds this guy. He runs up to this guy sitting on his porch. Like, this is just a different guy
My porch now.
in the neighborhood that he's in.
Yeah.
And so this 14-year-old runs up to this guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know what to do. What should I do? And he's like, what? Like, this guy's like super confused.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
he didn't know if this kid had like a weapon. He wasn't sure really what was going on. He was just
Right.
trying to calm him down. But he asked me for advice. He says, I'm 14 and I don't know what to do. And the guy's like,
You're looking for a mentor.
turn yourself in. Like,
Right.
you just stole a Lamborghini.
Right.
And then ask a neighbor what to do.
Bro, what a compliment. I mean, I've always wanted to look wise,
Right.
like to the outside world where someone's like, that guy's got some knowledge.
When
I
you
just-
have a criminal coming up to you.
I just stole a Lambo. Let me ask this guy for
right.
advice.
You are the wise one.
Yeah.
for
You
sure.
do have like a thief would approach me for advice look about you.
You think so?
That's true.
I think so.
I
wanna
went to
say-
a hairstylist and I asked for that.
Yo, really?
Yeah.
I want to say the guy on the porch is a better youth pastor than David Nims.
God
Yeah,
bless.
yeah.
Yes.
Really mentoring to the youth of his
Well, what did he
town.
say? He said, turn himself in.
Yeah,
Turn yourself
Okay.
in
Turn
and
yourself
give me the keys to the Lambo.
Right.
Man,
He
I can
said,
get it out of that
That's
ditch.
my Lambo.
Oh, God.
Right.
So, anyways, the guy that had his Lambo stolen,
Yeah.
he eventually got it back. He drove it back to his house. He said that somehow the kid had gotten into his garage, and the keys, I guess, were in the garage.
Kids are really, probably a doggy door.
Yeah, but you don't keep the keys to any car in the garage,
Much
with,
less a
with the
Lambo.
car.
Never kept keys anywhere.
Right.
What?
Josh can find his keys right now.
Yeah.
He
I
has
barely
no
made
idea
it.
where his
I
keys
made
are.
it over here to the studio.
Oh man, Florida woman
Okay.
charged for arson
Nice.
after
Nice.
setting her ex's car on fire.
Honestly,
When you're hot, you're hot.
I feel like it's probably
Amen.
deserved.
Yeah. Oh,
When a
for
woman
sure.
lights a fire, it's like you probably crossed her.
Oh, 100%.
right? Like
Yeah.
the ex-boyfriend deserved it.
I
Yeah,
bet there
probably.
was
Yeah,
country
probably.
music playing.
The
Oh,
issue was though, she mistakenly thought that this car was her ex-boyfriend's.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't.
Lambo.
It was just some random person's
She
car.
burned the wrong car?
She burned the wrong car down.
Wow.
Okay.
That's fine.
So she was seen on footage breaking into the trunk of this car
Yeah.
and then starting a fire in the trunk
Yep.
and then just standing there casually pouring stuff out of her purse into the
To
fire
feed it?
to feed the fire.
That's cool.
So she's like
Checkbook.
feeding the flames.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's like this massive fire in the back of the
Bible.
car.
Yes.
I mean, and I get it. We don't know what the
gets it.
ex-boyfriend did, like you said. Like
or this guy.
we
this guy
could be
have been a
on
piece of
her
crap.
side,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on her side.
Oh, easily.
Just by default. But I'm saying
but she
like,
burned the wrong car down.
but that
That's
guy
okay,
probably
too.
deserved it too.
Yeah.
You think
If
so?
it's
That
a
guy,
guy,
probably was a bad boyfriend as well. to
Right.
a
We don't
different
know it's a
woman.
guy. We don't know who owns the car.
doesn't matter.
Burn it.
Could be
Yeah.
a youth pastor.
Doesn't
Burn it.
matter. Burn it.
We have no idea. All right. So
Could've
our
been the
next
Pope.
one, we have a Florida man that was driving along the highway.
Guilty.
He was actually a passenger in a Maserati.
Burn it.
Jeez. he was driving along in this Maserati.
Okay,
He was
pretentious.
a
Burn it.
passenger on I-75
Yeah.
when troopers pulled over the Maserati for the
Garbage.
window tint.
Garbage
Okay.
car, anyways.
All right. And so when troopers came up, they said that the driver seemed a little nervous, and the canine alerted to
Of course
something
it did.
something in the car. And so they asked
Beat him up.
to, get out of the car. Josh, just let me get
Sorry. It's that key lime pie, baby.
Yeah, he's drinking a key lime pie.
Yeah.
So anyways, the cops
I'm sorry.
found that this guy had over 20 stolen identities.
Whoa.
So he had like 20 different people's stuff. Like, I don't even know how you keep track of who you are in any given moment if you have 20 identities that you use.
You
have
guys
to
know
see
I go by my middle name.
Right.
I have
Josh.
trouble, answering to my first name when it's called out at like the Home Depot to pick up
Right.
your order. I'm like,
Adam?
who's that guy? Okay, slow down.
Yeah.
Identity theft. He's doxing me right now.
Okay, so this guy had 20 identities
He has 20
in his
identities.
Maserati.
Right. But in some of they're all kind of different. Like they found a wallet that had like social security cards,
Whoa.
6 credit cards, like
Oh, so he had like physical
IDs.
evidence.
Oh yeah.
This guy,
Like
the cop,
but then
the
like
detective's
3
here.
different kind of food stamp cards to like 3 different people.
Nice.
This is interesting. Okay. He also had a piece of paper with 5 different names on it with their license number
What?
and their social security numbers.
Where does this guy
written on it.
work? Where does he get this info?
I don't know. He's just like writing on a post-it
I don't even
note.
know you guys' phone numbers.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I
That
don't
is
even-
true. He doesn't know our
He
phone
doesn't.
numbers.
It's the one.
He also had 9 gift cards. This is interesting.
Yep.
That had been re-encoded with stolen debit and credit card numbers.
This guy's
I didn't
Wow.
even know that's possible.
Yeah, you just swipe a magnet strip
right. So
across
he's
another
taking
card. Duh, it's easy.
What? You rub them together?
No, you reprint a magnet strip on a physical card. I don't want to get into
Okay.
it.
Wow, Josh.
Whoopsie.
I didn't know we were
I've said
on-
too much.
That
on
would
the
be
show
Adam,
with a felon.
Mr. Adam. So, anyways, yeah, he basically had a gift card that when you swiped, it would be a credit card.
Yeah, duh. That's how it works.
I just
So-
love that Cameron called Josh by his legal name, and Josh, true to form, didn't respond. He,
He
didn't
didn't
even
respond.
recognize it. He didn't even turn around.
He
He's-
thought I was talking about the guy in the headline.
I wasn't even listening.
I love it.
All right, our next headline, we have 2 Florida men,
Okay.
all right, who were flying in their plane. Okay?
God.
They had left
I wish.
the Miami area, and they crashed in the Everglades due to
Whoopsie.
the engine had a failure. Luckily, they were able to give it a good landing.
Yep. Did they not know about the airport in the Everglades?
That's
Shout
right.
out to
Well,
Well,
our
they found a
to our
random. They found a random highway
Jurassic
in
Jet
the Everglades
Yeah.
that I guess like rescue crews couldn't get to, so they sent a helicopter.
Cool.
So maybe they did find like a random.
That's so cool.
But
man.
anyways, so they crashed in the Everglades. I say crashed. They put their plane
Landed.
down. Yeah,
Right.
they emergency
Yeah.
landed.
Don't over dramatize it.
Okay.
Just tell us the truth.
So anyways, it did that. But the reasoning for them flying that day is really what's so
Let's hear it.
amazing to me. They were flying from Miami
Yes.
to Arcadia
Whoa.
Okay. just to get some tacos.
Come
God,
on.
the
Like
life
they were
of the
literally
1%.
flying halfway
The life-
across the state to get tacos.
My question is, what is this taco stand in Arcadia?
I know because Arcadia is not that far
Bro,
away.
I
All right.
was just about to make a joke about why would you go to Arcadia, and
But-
now I'm willing to drive there.
Let's close
as
the
soon
live
as
stream.
we're done.
Let's turn the episode off.
Honestly, that sounds delicious.
If you're gonna fly
I'm
a
hungry.
plane just to get some
Yeah.
tacos,
I'll crash a plane for a taco.
Oh, easily.
Amen.
I'll crash
Yeah.
a plane for a trip in a helicopter, potentially.
that's true.
Really?
Yeah. Helicopters are fun. You ever been in one?
They scare me.
Oh, all right. So our next headline, we have a high school student from Hillsborough High School,
Congrats.
in Tampa.
Okay.
All right, that recently just broke the 200-meter race.
Yep.
Like the world record time for the
What?
200-meter race. They beat Usain Bolt's record.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
A high
Who's-
schooler.
Yeah, a high schooler from Tampa. Okay, Usain Bolt. Yeah, obviously
I've been a
Olympic
big
medalist.
fan of this guy for a while.
Yeah.
Which one?
What's the kid's name?
I don't want to say it on
Here,
there.
I'll let you read it.
Arion.
There you go, Arion. Yeah, huge
E
fan.
R-R-I and
Did you just
Y-O-N.
make up a letter?
Well,
I'm sorry. The key lime
Anyways,
pie was delicious.
He's
tonight.
a huge fan of Arion. But yeah, anyways, super amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
Congratulations.
Ariyon.
I think it would be great. Okay, sometimes we do video footage stuff. I think it would be great
Yes.
for Josh to race this guy.
Bro, I'll foot race this guy all
What
day.
would be the bet?
Oh, tacos in Arcadia.
Amen.
The loser.
Yep.
Okay,
Has to
so
fly
Josh
to
versus
Arcadia.
a world record holder.
Well, he's
And
a
the-
high school student.
I've never tried.
You can
we?
You can still break. You can own a world record and still be in high school.
but he's a high schooler, so it doesn't count.
Basically renting it. Anybody can beat it.
Amen. Hey, fellas.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
So last week we sent out a request
Please, yes.
for some more questions. Get at
Oh, no.
Get out of my laptop.
Cameron's looking at Josh's laptop.
my indigo blue
Go
Dell
ahead, go
That's
laptop.
a big no-no.
And we got a lot of feedback. And
Yes,
I
thank you
am
so much.
Extremely appreciative.
Yes.
Keep them coming. They're actually really great questions.
Yeah.
Better
Good.
than the first batch I had.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. We've been going through the same pile of letters for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You're
welcome.
Josh finally sorted through them all. We put a
Right.
request out last week for more, and you guys showed
Hit it
up.
hard.
Wow.
You showed up, and we appreciate that.
This one was from Clara
Come on.
in Bonita Springs,
Oh,
Okay.
Florida.
One of my
Nice.
favorite springs.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
And she says that, hey guys, I make wagers or bets
Okay.
with my husband.
Right.
And last week I made a bad bet.
Okay.
Lost a couple hundo.
To her husband.
Wow.
Yep, to her husband.
Okay.
You guys ever make a bad bet or be part of a bad bet? And I know I have. So I've got a
bad
story
bet.
for this.
So she wants to know our experiences of like when we've been involved with bad bets.
Yeah, have you
or-
been a part of a bad bet?
Yeah,
Made-
definitely.
or a good bet?
I
Okay.
feel like I try not to bet. Okay. Even like when
Yep.
groups of friends like get into the if one person bets somebody,
Like jump over something.
right. Like the whole group gets into it, right?
Easily.
And they
Right.
join in on it. Well, I learned my lesson early on in middle school not to do this.
Right.
Okay. So one day my friend was really just upset with another guy in our class. All right. And we're 7th grade probably.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And so, you know,
Peak maturity.
right. Super peak maturity. Everything's going great.
Yep.
But anyways, so I don't know what the beef was. Somebody was upset, probably because
What's the beef?
everybody in middle school had like a different girlfriend every other week.
Not
Right.
me. I
Yeah,
had
not
one
me.
Oh, well.
one consistent invisible girlfriend who moved out of state.
Sorry.
I waited for marriage.
Jeez. So, anyways, normal people, there's a lot of dating going on in middle school, and it's not consistent. So there's a lot of hurt feelings.
Yes,
All
that
right.
is
Well,
true.
so a friend of mine had his feelings hurt. And so basically he was just talking trash, to, you know, just kind of venting
Middle
to
school
me,
trash is the
to me
worst.
and another guy. And so it was not really a big deal, but he's like, bet I won't go punch him.
Oh, I hate-
And it's like,
No.
you know, just one of those like in passing,
Or say I won't.
bet I won't, say
Yeah.
I won't kind of
Oh,
thing. And
yeah.
I'm like, I bet you won't, bro.
No, you did
And
it.
just like I'm like, whatever, you know,
Right.
I'm just
Middle
kind
schoolers.
of showing support.
yeah.
He hands me his book bag.
No.
Goes up and literally decks this guy in between classes.
That means you're kind of now on the hook now for the.
well, here's the thing.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, okay, well, it kind of ends. I mean, it was just like one punch and done. The other guy, like, he just took it and just.
I've taken a punch before.
He just kind of
Middle
took it
school.
and kind of went away, and I think it ended really quickly. So, anyways, I kind of forget about it. It's not that big of a deal,
That
right?
was the bet you made?
Until the principal comes into
Oh,
my
no.
classroom, like 3 classes
No.
later, looks at me, gives me the come here.
Did he do 2 fingers or
No,
one
just
finger?
one finger.
Okay.
And anyways, so sets me down. I get in school suspension for a week
ISS for a week?
for instigating a fight.
Those are bad kids in ISS.
And it wasn't just they're like, oh well, we heard that you bet somebody.
No, I did not.
To start a fight on school
No,
grounds.
no.
I'm like, no, what? No,
That's
I'm just a
hearsay.
supportive friend. I just held his bag so he could fight.
Oh, I held his bag so he could fight.
So you hold your friend's purse so that
Right,
he can
yeah.
go slap somebody. But
Right.
what kind of punishment
Okay.
did that friend get?
Oh, I think he
Expelled?
got no, but I think he was
Saturday
like
work detail.
out of school suspension.
OSS was better
OSS.
for most kids.
OSS
Well,
is
you just
way
play video
better.
games. Yeah,
you
I had
just,
Not me.
It's
I had
vacation.
in-school suspension, which is basically for an entire week.
Yep.
You sit in the classroom and do literally nothing.
That's the entirety of my school
walls?
career.
I mean,
you have walls?
absolute. Yeah, I was like the only one in there. Okay, it was nothing.
Yeah.
You couldn't talk to anybody.
An all-girl school.
It's like a week-long detention.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. It is.
That's what violence gets you, though.
I know. I learned my lesson, so I don't bet people anymore.
No, not in middle school.
I made a big bet, and I'm still regretting it.
Okay.
So we talked about it before on the show. Cameron and I used to be in a band together, and Josh was our tour manager, and we traveled often in our 20s.
He loves that title, by the way.
And after a show one night, I was out behind this bar, and just kind of we were unloading stuff, and it was
Right.
really late. And
Josh was. Not us.
yeah.
Thank you.
And this guy comes up to
Muscles.
me, and he's like, "You smoke?" And I'm like, "No, I don't smoke, man." And he goes, "Well,"
Smoke
he's
what?
like,
Amen.
he's like, "I'm looking to make a wager."
What?
On what?
And that's what I said.
Okay.
I said I need to know what I stand to lose.
Well, that's good to know.
Right. And he goes, "Well," he said, "I see you carrying a stringed instrument there." And I have my guitar next to me. And
It wasn't strapped over your back.
no. And I was tired. It was a long night. It was just sitting there. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "We just finished playing a show. You know, we're in a band." He
Okay.
goes, "Yeah, I play a little bit." And he said, "You any good?"
This is behind a bar.
Behind a bar.
Right.
He
Okay.
goes, "You any good?"
This guy's clearly
There's a
intoxicated.
lot of characters behind a bar.
Yeah, for sure. And he goes, "Are you any good?" And I said, I'm decent. I can hold my own." And he said, "Well, I tell you what." He said, "If you're confident enough, I'll make you a wager."
This feels like you remember a lot of this.
I do. And he goes, "If you win, you win everything."
What? What does that mean?
And here's the thing: is that my thing is I'm at the point in my life where, like, we're playing some good shows, we're doing okay for ourselves, but I'm always looking to make some extra money.
It
or
sounds
whatever.
like a threat. If I'm
Yeah,
honest.
right. And I go, "Okay, sure." And so I
You
start.
accepted.
Well, I start unbuckling the case on my guitar,
Yep.
and he goes, "Yeah, I'm in a bind." He said, "I'm a little behind," and he goes, "Actually, but we can't do this bet on guitar. You do a fiddle. It has to be a fiddle."
What?
Now he expects you to have a fiddle?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Jesus. He said in a bind.
His name Charlie?
Go on. Let's hear this out.
Yeah. I want to hear the rest of it.
We were in Georgia, by the way,
Oh, God.
Okay.
and he pulls his fiddle
What was
out.
his name? D. Evil? Huh? Let's go. Let's take a guess here.
He said, and it was.
It
His
was.
initial D, last name Evil.
Yeah, no
Okay.
doubt.
And he had come down to Georgia.
Evil? You mean evil?
and he said,
Oh my
"Look,
gosh.
if you lose this fiddle battle,
Yeah.
your soul's mine forever," is what he said.
Right.
He didn't realize I was raised in a bluegrass family.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
Were
news.
you? Okay.
Okay, no, that's the devil went down to Georgia. Here's the thing:
You don't have a bet story?
I don't gamble. I don't. I've
been to
gambled.
the casino with you.
Okay, but nothing exciting happened.
He lost $1.
I lost a lot of money at my bachelor party.
I gave you a hundo
You did give me a hundo.
and you won 700.
I didn't. I don't have a gambling story. The best one I have is when Josh and I one time we put a lot of money on an Anderson Silva fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the odds were like 8-1 against his opponent or whatever.
Right.
Anderson knocked the guy out like in 20 seconds.
Right.
Josh and I lost all of our money.
Yep.
Right.
And
so
then
you
that was
should've-
it.
You could have started with that one.
You could have said the
That's
one
a terrible
that's true.
story. It's like 20 seconds. It's like it's
was
over.
teach these
Instead,
people
you
a
went
lesson.
you did like a human drama of the devil
Yeah,
went down
it was
Georgia.
good, though.
That was really good though.
It
I was sold.
Josh,
Yeah.
how about you? What'd you have?
Well, mine, it's a little different than both
Okay.
of you guys.
All right. I bet.
You guys know from eighth grade down, public school champ.
8th
Yeah.
grade down.
Yeah. To
Okay.
zero.
Basically,
Whatever
his
school.
prime. His prime was 5 years old until 13.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Public
Okay.
school.
Me too.
Right.
So ninth grade, my first year in Christian school, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm fresh out of public school, so these nerds can't touch me. Right?
Okay.
First day, I got this class named Chapel on my schedule. I'm like, whatever. I'll follow the rest of class.
Chapel.
Yeah.
I go in, and it's in the church in this Christian school.
Right.
And the guy's like, have you all been studying your Bible over the summer?
Right. You're
What-
new.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Right.
So pastor brings up, he's the pastor, I learned,
Yeah.
brings up 2 people to the podium. And he's like, we're going to do teams. It's find the book in the Bible the fastest.
Oh, that's
yeah.
fun.
Okay.
That's fun.
I
You
remember
like that game?
Most Bibles have flimsy pages, though. You have to be
Okay.
careful when you turn too fast.
Amen. He says, I got 2 stopwatches. Smallest cumulative time wins.
Okay. Like
Okay.
golf.
So, amen. So I'm in the pew
Yeah.
because that's where you sit.
Right.
Doing my best to make myself invisible at this point.
Yeah.
Because you're not confident in your book finding skills.
I'm not confident.
Okay.
But pastors can seek that out, though. They
Well,
know when you're
I'm
hiding.
staying low.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Okay.
I'm staying. I hear a few rounds go by.
Yeah.
People getting called up. I'm tying my shoes.
Jeremiah.
Bingo. I'm like, oh, don't know.
Yeah, not me.
Tying my shoes, and I hear, new kid,
No.
small school.
Oh no.
New kid with LA looks gelled hair sticks out.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Because he thinks
Yeah.
you're struggling with pride, good looks.
Obviously, he
Right.
feels it
Right.
like most pastors do.
Yeah.
I feel a sinner in here.
Yeah. That good looking new kid.
Yeah. He says, new kid, get up here. Stop hiding. I'm like,
Yeah.
oof. So I peek over the pew,
Yeah.
but just like my chin so that like I'm still doing something on the floor. Like, oh, give me a minute,
Yeah. Right.
you know? And the pastor's pointing my direction. So I'm like, okay. He's like, do you have a Bible? And I'm like, I do.
Oh, you had to bring your own to the game?
Yeah. In
Right.
chapel, you have to bring your own.
Yeah. BYOB.
So I step up there with my Bible,
Yeah.
fresh, crispy Bible, stuck together,
Yep.
pages stuck together.
Never used it.
Well, that's why I was at the Christian school to learn
Okay.
how to use it.
True.
Right.
Right.
He
Yeah,
says,
Judger.
yeah, judger. He said, you're going to be on team.
I'm just like, I'm not judging. I'm I'm just thinking you're not going to do very well in this
Thank
game.
goodness young Josh didn't hear that.
Okay.
He would have been discouraged.
Well,
So he says, you're going to be on team Lazarus.
Jeez Louise.
He says they're behind right now, but they can come back from the dead.
good
With your help.
Lord.
And I'm like, don't know what that means or have never heard that name before.
Yeah.
You're going to be up against Courtney. They're on team Noah.
So you're on team. Okay.
Lazarus.
Yeah.
Lazarus, supposedly.
Yeah. Versus Noah.
Yeah. And then I hear like grumbles, like from the crowd, I guess the team Lazarus.
Yeah.
And I hear like, he can't beat Courtney.
Oh, okay. So Courtney's like Bible Queen.
I guess so. And then Pastor, like a good man of faith,
Yeah.
he says, I have faith he can find the book. And when he does, I'll buy pizza for the class.
So wait, he puts a lot
wow.
of pressure on you.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of pressure.
If you can find the Bible book,
The Bible book. Yep.
the whole class gets
whole
pizza.
class gets it. If I can beat Courtney.
oh,
if I
you
can
have
find
to be
it and
sweating right now.
beat- Oh, I'm sweating just from being alive.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Ready, set, find the book of Acts.
Okay.
So I start flipping.
What'd you say?
Book of Acts. I start flipping.
Yeah. Book of Acts.
Okay.
I bend the top corner, flip book.
Yeah. Right.
You're just speed reading.
Yeah, I flip book the whole Bible, but this is a new fresh print,
So
right?
they're sticking together clumps.
Right out of Books a Million.
Okay.
Right.
Sticking in chunks, probably 50 pages at a time. You know, Bible pages super thin.
Right.
I hold it above my head. I blow in it,
Trying to.
try to separate.
You're doing all the tricks.
All the tricks that
Yeah.
someone would do.
Yeah.
And I hear, found it.
No, Courtney found it.
Courtney found it.
Bathsheba.
So he goes, that's okay. Just find it. Bathsheba. Amen. And he goes, look in the table of contents.
Yeah. What? Why didn't you start there?
Well, I thought I could flip book it.
Yeah.
So I go to the table of contents and I'm like, it's not here.
Oh no.
I must have the wrong Bible. And now that
What?
would not be absurd because my stepmom at the time
Was Jewish.
was a prankster, a Jewish prankster.
Yeah.
And she would have easily,
She gave you a Torah.
yeah, she gave me 4 books, 4 or 5 books.
You gotta watch out for Jewish pranksters.
So I'm getting frustrated.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
New kid.
Yeah.
Ellie looks, Spike.
When everybody wants pizza.
Everybody wants pizza.
Class is starving.
I'm thinking, okay, this is some type of bad joke. Courtney doesn't got it.
Right.
This is a bad joke. And I go, it's not in here. And I close it. And then it has a little like flap and I clamp it.
Yeah.
You know, those.
The,
You didn't have
lock
those?
it?
Yeah.
a Bible
Your
lock.
Bible had a. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It was cute.
Yeah.
Purity.
And then I huff, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, Pastor, he's like, it's in there. I promise, buddy. opens it, flips a few chunks, points to the top of the page, axe right there on
Jeez.
top of the page.
Okay.
And I'm
he's
like,
skillful.
no. I thought you said axe. And he's like, yeah, I did. I'm like, no, axe, A-X.
No.
And he's like, A-X, axe? And he starts cackling
Right.
in front of everybody.
He's shaming you?
Well, he didn't mean to shame me, so he went to the back, and dude's wearing like a lapel mic.
Yeah.
And so all we hear
Oh,
over the
no.
speaker is Book of Acts, AX. It's not in there.
No.
And I'm like, what the?
Jeez.
So I just stand at the podium for like another minute. Courtney goes to sit down, and then I put my Bible in the garbage that day.
No.
It didn't have Book of Acts, AX.
And so everybody at this point is hearing him make fun of you.
Well, yes, to a certain extent.
Okay.
And
And,
then they
also knowing that
didn't-
they're not getting pizza.
Yeah, because apparently the Book of Acts is spelled. Go ahead, say it with me, guys.
ACTS.
ACTS.
Yeah.
Being a new churchgoer
Right.
at this time, Axe, the only Axe I heard about is AX.
Body spray.
Right.
That body spray.
Well, that's the thing is, so this guy, this man of the cloth,
Yep.
he bet a whole classroom full of pizza.
Oh,
Which is
he-
probably only like 3 pizzas.
He bet against you. He knew he didn't
think
want to
so?
buy pizza. Listen,
You saying he
Okay.
bet against me?
Yeah.
here's the thing. I won't say that I've done this as a teacher.
Oh my gosh.
But
I've
if
been
I'm
used.
like, if I need to get some morale or get some kind of energy, and I'm like, listen, if you guys do this, I'll buy you pizza. But I know they're not going to do it.
This is
You picked the
unknown?
dumb kid.
Yeah, I know that they can't do it. I
I
picked the
was the
dumbest
dumb
kid in the
kid.
class. Okay, and like if you can,
This is real?
if you can find this in
Yeah.
your music,
Yeah.
I'll buy the whole class pizza.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
I look good. The kid looks terrible.
Yeah.
And I don't have to buy pizza. So.
And he gets beaten up.
yeah, for the rest of his high school career.
Yeah.
And
that's
the
what
rest
happened.
of Josh's life.
yeah.
They called me
We
Axe
still
Man.
beat you up.
Hey, Axe Boy.
Yeah.
I'm starving still.
They're like, it's not in here.
Norman Springer was born February 13th, 1944, in the London Underground. Now, the reason why Norman was born in the London Underground is because at the time, it was being used as a bomb shelter.
Okay. I thought it was a Ninja Turtles based
So he
movie.
was-
Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
he was born
In London,
Well,
in the underground.
underground.
trying to hide from a bomb.
Actually, that's true. So World War II was still happening,
Yep.
and UK was getting hit pretty bad. So citizens sought shelter in very common places like the
Right.
London Underground.
Okay.
So this is where Norman was born in the middle of a bombing campaign.
Jeez.
Not the most peaceful way.
Right.
No,
No.
Keep calm and carry on. The origin
mean,
of
he
the
wouldn't
poster.
know.
100%.
He wouldn't know at all, but sounds stressful.
No,
He's
not
like,
the
sure
bomb
is loud
shelter.
out here.
stressful for the parents.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So his mother was named Margot. She was a bank clerk, and his father was Richard. He owned a shoe shop.
Okay.
And now the interesting thing about Norman's family is that they were Jewish refugees.
Okay.
Both of Norman's grandmothers had been killed in concentration camps,
Oh, no.
and Norman's parents had escaped Nazi-controlled Poland, and they were now living in London, where he was born in the underground.
Jeez.
Wow, what a life so far.
Good
Right.
Lord.
So the family's been through some hardships.
Right.
And they escape one horrific setting, and now they're in another.
Right.
And so they're like, I know we just escaped. We need to escape again. Like this is they're always
naturally.
on the run. Everything's going really really harsh. So when Norman was 4 years old, they left London and they ended up in Queens, New York.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
So they're looking
That's a
to-
big change.
It's a
a big
huge change.
change.
They're looking to start a new life, and things did begin to normalize for Norman. He enrolled in school. He made some friends. Started doing normal kid things. But in 1956, when Norman was 12 years old, he saw something on TV that would alter the course of his life forever.
Oh,
Cam?
I've been there. Yeah.
But what was it for you, Kim?
Oh,
Nickelodeon?
yeah. It was Nickelodeon.
Easily.
Yeah.
So Norman is sitting there watching TV with his family. They're having dinner. 1956 Democratic National Convention's on.
Okay.
That's what changed my life, actually. It's
Yeah.
odd.
And
We can tell.
a newcomer gives a speech.
Okay.
And this guy's name was John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
Okay. You should have let us guess.
That's a good
Yeah.
role model.
Little somebody.
Right.
So Norman sees JFK give this speech, and immediately he's like, this is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm going to do for a living.
I bet I can name the speech.
Yep, go ahead.
the speech?
Oh, the speech.
The moon speech?
Yep. No, he wasn't president. It was 56. It's at the DNC
Oh,
convention.
I was thinking 58.
Wow, that's super embarrassing for
wrong,
you.
Still wrong. Anyways, so politics becomes Norman's obsession.
Cool.
Right?
Okay.
This is what he wants to do. He's
just in
excited
general.
about it. In general, yeah. He's reading everything he can get his hands on, newspapers, magazines.
Right.
He joins the debate team.
Oh, nice.
In school. And so this becomes like his life's focus. He is focused on getting his GPA super high.
Okay.
So he can go to a good college. And he does end up doing that. He enrolls at Tulane University, where he received his bachelor's in political science. And then he goes to another 4-year school, Northwestern University, where he receives a doctorate in law.
Wow. That's
Okay.
a lot of school.
Sounds like he's actually qualified.
Yeah, so Norman sees
Good deal.
one speech from JFK,
Right.
and he's like, look, this is where my life is politics now.
Right.
This is what I'm going to do. So shortly after graduating with his doctorate in law, Norman Springer's life comes full circle when he lands his first political job. He ends up getting hired as a political advisor for none other than JFK's brother, Robert Kennedy.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
So put yourself in his shoes.
Right.
The
I mean,
family that like,
Yeah.
Right.
that got him into politics. He's now working.
Yeah. You put that on your resume. You're like, listen, your brother inspired me.
Yeah, 100%. But then, as history, as we know, shortly after Norman's hired, Robert Kennedy was assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
And so Norman's whole, success story in his head is like, well, this kind of sucks now. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like now he's bummed out. He's not sure if he wants to do politics anymore because now his dream job is soiled by this horrific event. Like he was there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it was an
Jeez.
awful thing for him. So Norman decides, look, I need to relocate. I need a change of pace, new setting. He moves to Ohio
Oh.
and takes a
Okay.
job at a law firm.
Okay.
Unexpected, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his doctorate in law.
Thought
He's
we'd
like,
go somewhere else, but
right, yeah. So he's in Ohio. He's working in law now. He's done with politics. He wants to make a living, get out of the political scene, and so he's hired by a law firm called Frost and Jacobs. And this is where Norman starts making like a lot of connections. Like he's practicing law, he's meeting the right people, he's making a good living. But the thing about Norman is he's an ambitious guy.
Right.
So he doesn't. I mean, this guy has wanted to do politics since he was a child.
Yeah.
He's not cool with sitting behind a desk and doing like normal
No.
basic law.
Right.
He's an ambitious guy. He wants to keep growing. So he decides he doesn't want to just work at a law firm. He wants his own law firm.
okay.
I mean, that's
Gosh.
what you do if you're
This mirrors
in
my
law,
life.
right? I mean, that's like the top of it, right?
That's what you do. So
Yeah.
he reaches out to a law firm called Grinker and Sudman.
okay.
Oh, man, they're good.
You probably get some better names than that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's names,
they're working
though.
with the hand they were dealt.
Yeah. Jesus.
So he's like, look, and this is his pitch to
Yeah.
these two guys. He goes to these two guys and he goes, look, I'm a charismatic person.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got a background in politics. I
Yeah.
worked for the Kennedy campaign.
Yep.
I think I have what it takes to really put your firm on the map. I know what the political kind of arena looks like.
Yep.
I can get you guys there.
And then listen to this. We name it Norman Grinker and Sudsman.
That's actually what happened. So this guy's pitch was so good
No.
that
Partner?
they bring him on as a full partner. He gets
What?
1/3 share in the company, and they change the company name to Grinker, Sudman, and Springer. Because
Okay.
you go
Well,
by
that's
you go
okay.
by
Well, he
last
got-
names.
yeah, he got
I
last.
guess so. In some circles.
Right.
they do.
So this is where the real money comes in. Norman's no longer like a normal lawyer. He is part owner
Wow.
of a really successful like political action
What
law
a
firm.
pitch.
Yeah.
And so he pitches his way into ownership, which
Yeah.
is insane. So he's making money, and for the first time in his life, he's got money to kind of like, hey, like I can kind of splurge.
Yeah.
I can do
I
what
can do
I
whatever
want.
I want. yeah.
Maserati.
One hundred
Lamborghini.
percent
Yeah, yeah.
Lambo,
Mhm.
a scooter,
Okay.
Jinx,
Pizza.
So Norman
Pizza.
decides he's going to pack up his things once again, and because he's got money to spend,
Okay.
he buys land and he builds his dream home in a little town called Sarasota, Florida.
Okay.
All
now the story's
right.
getting good.
Phew. Now
Come
I'm in.
on.
Now I'm in.
Yeah.
Not too far from us.
No.
So Norman's officially a Floridian, but the issue was he starts feeling that itch to get back into politics.
What?
Well, I mean, once it's there,
Once it's there,
it's always there.
You can only get so much power as an attorney.
Right.
That next level
and
is
he's
politics.
and he's like, I gotta go. I need it.
right.
Here's the issue. Norman, like, he wants to get back into politics, but he's new to Florida.
Mhm.
Okay.
And he doesn't have the same connections as he has in Ohio.
Right.
Of course.
So he's like, okay, I'm still a partner at this law firm. I'm still practicing law, but I want to do politics, but I've got to figure out how to do this. So he decides to take advantage of this little rule that allows you to run for Congress while living in one state, but owning property in another. So he's living in Florida. He's a
Okay.
Floridian.
I don't like that.
Sounds tricky.
Yeah, he's living in Florida. He's a Floridian, but he still owns property back in Ohio where
Right.
the law firm is at.
Okay.
So he decides to take advantage of that, and he runs for Congress.
Okay.
For
In
Ohio?
Ohio.
Okay.
While living in Florida.
Cool.
So in 1970, Norman makes a run for Congress as a Democrat in a very red Republican county.
All right.
Now, he doesn't win, but he gets 45% of the vote,
Wow.
which at the time in that county in Ohio is unheard of.
Yeah.
Right.
So now his name's on the map.
Nice.
Now he's gone from
Oh.
being just a successful
Nice.
lawyer to he's that guy that almost like,
Yeah, upseated the
like
red.
almost like a political upset. So he's made a name for himself. A year later, he runs successfully for a seat on the city council in Cincinnati. He wins by a landslide. 78%
I mean, not
of
as
the
good
vote.
as Congress, but
Yeah.
It's
it's
not,
up
but
there,
Cincinnati
though.
is a
Right.
big, a huge city.
Yeah.
So now, for the first time, he's done it. And
Yeah.
politics is all about the stepping stones. Like
That's what I've heard.
you get one
Yeah.
position so that you can get another
Yeah.
position.
Right.
It's almost like they're constantly running for office. So now he's on the city council in Cincinnati. Homie still lives in Florida, by the way.
Wow.
He just owns property in Ohio.
He's like, can I Zoom the meeting? And they're
Yeah, he's like,
Zoom doesn't
not
exist.
in the 70s, but he's finally done it. He's holding office. He's a politician, just like his inspiration, JFK.
Mm.
But also, just like JFK, Norman
Oh, no,
really
no.
liked women.
Oh, phew.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. He dodged a bullet with that one.
What?
Sorry, it's been a
Jeez.
bit.
No, not soon enough.
So, okay, Norman really likes women a
Mm-mm.
lot.
Okay.
Amen.
He's in city council for 3 years until he broke one of the unspoken rules in politics,
Yep.
which is he had sex with someone and it gets meld
Okay.
public. He gets busted for
It
it.
hasn't stopped a lot of politicians.
In
Oh, okay,
1974,
the 70s though.
in 1974, Norman had he held a press conference and he admits to soliciting a prostitute.
Okay.
Okay.
Was he married?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Um,
probably frowned upon.
So he resigns from office, and the media declares his political career over.
Oh, it's
Oh
toast.
yeah, you got to listen to the media.
Yeah, but back in the 70s, like the media is like king. It's like
Yep.
they say you're done, you're donezo. But also too in the 70s, it was a very different, like you couldn't get away with nothing. Like if you
Right.
got busted for like
Yeah.
smoking in public, they're like, hey buddy,
Yeah.
Yeah. Done.
You're
So
at-
the headline said Norman Dunzo.
donezo.
Yeah.
Political career over. At this point, Norman's back home in Florida. He's been shamed. He's been told that he's done in politics for good. The thing is, the itch doesn't go away.
Can't.
You just gotta
Once
keep
you've
going.
had power a little bit, you want it, you're going to need more. He's still got the charisma. He
Can't
says,
stop the charisma.
here's
we
what I'm going
go.
to do. I'm going to avoid getting elected. I'm going to
Okay.
get into political commentary.
Oh,
All right.
I'm going to go into broadcast media.
Whoa.
He starts reaching out to all these television stations and pitching this idea of a daytime show that only discusses politics and political issues.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
What?
So they didn't have that yet.
And not on a wide scale.
It's just
He-
like normal news.
He
just a
wants
part of the
he
news.
wants to do like
Norman news.
like entertainment politics.
Right.
Like that's his thing. He's like, we're gonna have debates all day long.
Whoa.
We're gonna have policy discussions all day long. This is gonna be the real deal. And
Sounds great.
I'd watch.
right. So in his eyes, this can be his way to gain influence.
Okay.
Like and also gain
Okay.
influence in an industry that he so desperately wants to be a part of.
Yeah.
So he feels like he'll have a voice and he can be kind of like a kingmaker. Like he gets popular enough in the political
kingmaker.
realm, he can
That-
do this, right?
Yeah.
The problem is the pitch doesn't work. Every single news station turns him down.
Wow.
They don't want nothing to do with it.
It's risky.
Well, that's the
his
thing.
Pitch
It's risky.
could get him into a partnership at a law firm.
Before he was busted and like a
True.
disgraced
Oh,
politician.
right.
Yeah, the
So now he's
prostitution.
pitching it and they're going, bro, like we're not going to tie our name to you.
Right.
We don't like you. As far as anyone knows, you're a former disgraced politician who's busted with a prostitute.
Mhm.
Like we don't want that. In 1990, Norman's still pitching this.
What?
He's still pitching this. He meets a successful broadcast producer named Richard Dominic. And Richard has an idea. Light bulb goes off.
Love it.
He goes, stop running from your image. These days, news is all about
Oh
ratings.
my gosh.
They don't care about what
Wow.
you know or how good you are. They care about how many people you can get watching your show because it makes the
Okay.
station more money.
Right.
So
True.
Richard says to Norman, look, I like you. I believe in you. I can get you your own program,
Okay.
but we need to play off of your reputation. You
Be the
need
bad
to
boy?
You need to embrace this bad boy persona
What?
Got it.
and release the most controversial television show anyone's ever seen. At
Like
this
me, I would be the bad boy.
point. 100%.
I don't know.
The Bible team?
Right. So this is the pitch Richard gives to Norman.
Okay.
You're going to be the bad boy. You're going to have your own show. So Norman agrees to this.
Yeah.
And together with Richard Dominic, they spend the next 3 months putting together what they consider to be the perfect television program.
Right.
Okay.
The only thing left was they needed a name for this like salacious entertainment.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
What do you
scared.
call this program?
I have no idea.
Well, Norman's the host, and Richard goes, let's name it after you. Well, the problem was Richard nor their marketing team thought that Norman was a very good name to push out to the
it's
public.
not strong.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not a
very
strong
marketable.
name.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Norman says, look,
Sorry,
Norman.
Normans out there.
Sorry, Norman.
Well, Norman goes, look, Norman's actually my middle name.
What?
My first name is Gerald, but my dad used to call me Jerry. So
Wait,
that's when they
What?
realized
Hold on.
that they had the name they were
No.
looking for.
Oh
and
my
on
God.
September
How
30th,
Oh
the
my
world.
God.
on September 30th, 1991, the Jerry Springer Show
What?
debuted to a nationwide audience for the first
Are
time.
you kidding?
What?
How did he roped us along?
Dude, big
I
time.
thought this guy was 100 years old or something.
Can you
So-
imagine if it was Norman?
I know.
Not strong.
So
Not
Norman's
strong.
new identity, Jerry
Yeah.
Springer,
Wow.
would
Good
interview
God.
everyday people who
Okay.
had found themselves in these tabloidish, sensational situations.
Now I'm paying attention.
I'm so okay.
I
so
I don't remember anything about politics with Jerry Springer Show.
You didn't watch the at the end. When
I
he
didn't
got
really
real
watch.
deep.
That's the thing. So the topics included adultery, prostitution,
Yep.
hate group membership was a very popular
Yes.
topic on that show. Every controversial situation you could think of was on the Jerry Springer Show. So the guest,
Unreal.
if you never watched it, the guest would often they would fist fight on television.
Right.
Like
It was a legal way to watch fist fighting.
yeah, and they had to the program had to hire full-time like security crew.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like basically just like bouncers who would
Yeah.
try to stop the guests from fighting.
Try. Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
I know,
They
yeah.
wanted they
kind of
but
push them back
that
into
was
it.
the plan though, is if we make the most controversial show on the planet, people will tune in.
Good. And punch each other.
Here's the thing. So every single episode,
Okay.
normal run-of-the-mill
No
Americans
way.
would confront each other about like some extreme situation.
Yep.
And then they would fight each other. And here's Norman
Yes.
Jerry Springer,
Okay.
just there to mediate the entire thing. Meanwhile, like Cameron said, the crowd of hundreds of people are just shouting, Jerry,
That's
Jerry.
true. I would have.
This
I
is
totally
insane.
would have joined in.
This guy becomes
yeah.
a king in television. He finally gets the voice he's craved his entire
Yeah.
life. Within a few years of being on the air, the Jerry Springer Show had
Unreal.
dethroned Oprah Winfrey as
What?
the most popular talk show in
This is
America.
insane.
This is the perfect indication of
lawyer?
America.
So here's the thing.
I'm so my
It-
mind is blown.
Yeah.
The Jerry Springer Show ran from its inception in 1991 until just 4 years ago.
What?
The last episode of Jerry Springer aired on July 26, 2018, making it one of the longest running and most successful talk shows of all time.
Oh my goodness.
Good Lord.
So Jerry Springer still lives in Sarasota, Florida,
Okay.
where
Wow.
he's producing multiple television shows and
Cool.
radio shows. And he has said, as of last month, I have no interest in ever going back to politics ever again.
Wow.
Yeah, why would he? I mean,
No.
good.
Kingmaker made himself a king.
He really made himself a king, man.
I'm like blown away.
And
I
what-
did not see that
I
happening.
couldn't think of any like Normans in TV.
that was
That's
that
the
was
thing.
a turn. That was a big
That's
turn.
the thing is like when Jerry was involved in politics, like he really did do well for himself. And when looking back at that time period from his life, if it wasn't for the prostitution
Unreal.
scandal, he was like an upcoming star on the Democratic Party. I mean, he captured 45% of a deep red county.
Wow.
That's
And
insane.
there was talks of him being the next governor of Ohio. Like he screwed the pooch. He was
well,
Did he though?
that was a big deal, man.
I
That's
mean, it worked out for him. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
right, but I'm saying politically, like his dreams crumble, but then he ended up being way
King.
more successful.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Norman.
It doesn't
it
have
would
the
have never
same-
flowed. It would have
I
never
wouldn't have
flowed
said the same about Jerry though. Like I don't want to yell Jerry.
at a governor's race.
Yeah, true.
Like I don't want who's your governor, Jerry. California's had that for a long time. Jerry Brown was their governor for a long time.
Listen to this guy.
So yeah, listen, episode 133
Wow.
in the books. There is no greater Florida vibe than Jerry Springer Show.
That's America.
That's
That's-
just like still blown away.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch the Jerry Springer Show though.
You weren't.
I was okay. So I was born in '91,
Yeah.
So when I was
You were
growing
born
up,
the year it came out.
exactly.
My
So when
mom
I was,
had VHS. Jerry Springer Too Hot for TV.
No.
I watched them. Yeah.
No, I wasn't allowed to watch it.
That's why I'm the bad boy of FMOFM.
Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to watch it either.
What
I
can
learned
say?
a lot about it, actually.
I mean, see, if I had watched it
on
as
this
a
episode.
child, growing up, then I would know of his lawyer background and his
right.
his
Sure.
full name and his
Yeah.
politics.
Because you
and
always research the people you watch on TV.
that he was born in a bomb shelter.
in London.
See, okay.
Good Lord.
I love it. You know who else is
Unreal.
born in the bomb shelter? So, guys, we are streaming right now on live stream.
So he didn't know either.
on our live stream, we want to say hello to our Patreon subscribers. We
Patreon.
appreciate you guys
Yes.
supporting the show. If you want to be part of that and you want to watch what's happening, you can watch it the night of, or you can watch it really anytime once you subscribe.
Right, yeah.
It's patreon.com/FMOFM podcast.
And I did a headline for them specifically just for Patreon, and Josh and Wayne hated it.
Not
Yeah.
really good advertising right here.
No, yeah, Cameron, he picked a
No,
headline that
Patreon loved it.
Patreon,
They didn't.
They were all
Patreon
about
loved
it.
it, but when I heard it, it made me uncomfortable. But if you want that salacious Jerry Springer style
salacious.
entertainment,
Word of the day calendar.
that's when you need to join the Patreon. Because Cameron, he's the good boy on the air,
Yep.
off the air.
Dirty
Live stream
mouse.
though, they're always Cameron.
Yeah, they are. Naughty Nancy over here. Hey, we love you guys. Check us out on social media.
Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
FMOFM podcast. We love you.